Thanks for tuning in. Today is October 23rd. We don't have any birthdays today, so, and then for lunch, today is pigs in a blanket, baked beans, carrots, pineapple, and milk. Just to make you aware, FBLA is, they started last week, a charity service drive. There is a NHS lead conference meeting at lunch, so anyone attending the lead conference thing, bring your lunches. All right, in Miss Kelly's room, yes. Volleyball game today against Winslow. JVB's at 4:30, JVA's at 5:30, and varsity's at 6:30, so come support if you can. Today is the first day of Red Ribbon Week. This year's theme is Be Kind to Your Mind, Live Drug-Free. We have Officer Bauer Brown and his dog Thor coming and kicking off Red Ribbon Week in our assembly today. During the course of the week, we will focus on making positive and healthy choices and living naturally high. A natural high can come from any activity that makes you feel good and doesn't involve alcohol or drugs, such as sports, art, singing, or listening to music. There will be fun activities the Legacy Leadership Club will be hosting in the gym and library during lunch every day this week. We hope to help you discover those natural highs for each of you and see how they can help you be kind to your mind and live drug-free. We'll be having 9 square in the small gym and spike ball. Yeah, it's 9 square and spike ball in the small gym at lunch. Stay tuned after announcements for a short video. Remember, we are one, we fear no one, own it.
Unreal performance from the Team USA captain. Azevedo now for the lead. Azevedo fires and scores. It's a 4-goal lead for Team USA.
Everyone was telling me there's no way, you're too small, you're too slow, you're too short, you're not strong enough. And to me, that just fueled the fire. Why would I do anything that I didn't believe in? And if I didn't believe in myself, then why am I out there doing it, right?
Again, tries to stuff it in near side, and he does. Score the goal for Azevedo. Tied at 1. USA has a response to Azevedo. A big day for him, foreshadowing here as he puts that one in.
You know, when I was 4 years old, I was pronounced dead for a minute and a half, right? I had a tracheotomy, I fell through a rabbit cage. Doctors told me for years after that I wasn't gonna be able to play sports, let alone the hardest sport in the world, water polo. It helps me take advantage of every moment I have. This is my time.
14 years old, watching the gold medal game of Spain. After the game, him patting me on the head and saying, maybe you'll be like me one day, changed my life.
I came in as a freshman in high school and said to my dad, you know, I'm going to do whatever it takes to go to the next Olympics. And at that point, my entire family nicknamed me Tony 2000 because that would be the Olympics that I was striving for. I'd be the youngest ever in the history in the U.S., but I felt like 4 years I could do it. We grew up in a mobile home. We didn't have a lot of money. My dad was a bouncer. He was a soccer coach, a water polo coach, and a Spanish teacher. And he was just constantly gone. And then we were close with my grandpa and my Brazilian grandma. She came a lot and took care of us. And my grandfather died, and then my grandmother got hit by a bus in Rio. And it was a big hit on the family. Those two believed in my dreams more than I did. So I'm gonna help them fulfill those dreams. Like, I'm gonna go even harder, and I'm gonna push, and I will be that Tony 2000. They will be looking down somewhere, you know, believing in me.
You should dream as big as you can, but to get there, you have to set little goals.
Heard this beat in my dream.
I knew that I was small, so I had to be fast and strong. And the first 2 years sucked. I mean, it was waking up early, it was joining a swim class, joining swim teams, you know, trying to be a kid in high school. And it wasn't until junior year where I made that team where I realized that my dreams very, very well could come true right now.
The power play comes to an end. The catch and release hits it there for his 6th goal of the game. Unreal performance from the Team USA captain.
5 times. So I was a 5-time Olympian. I am a 5-time Olympian.
Coming at you live, one of the world's greatest water polo players.
I mean, look, the ultimate natural high that I could say ever in my career was being able to beat Serbia in the semifinal to get to the gold medal game. We've played probably 30, 40 times, and we never beat them once, and it wasn't close. And going into that game with the motivation and everything we worked for and everything we gone through those years, all of a sudden, within the first couple minutes, blocking, smiling, scoring, that first goal, they subbed the goalie, right, because of the goal over the head. Then the next goalie comes in, boom, they sub him again, sub the other goalie, you're already in their head. Next thing you know, we win 10-5. I mean, that's a natural high that'll stick with me for life.
Azevedo fires and scores. It's a 4-goal lead for Team USA. And the captain, Tony Azevedo, with his 2nd.
Temptations are there for a reason, right? They're tempting. But they're not looking out for you in the long term. I think one of the big moments for me was being around some of the older guys and making a bad decision to have a couple too many drinks and driving home and being stopped by a police officer, right? Was I drunk? No. Was I stupid to have beers and drive? Yes. And I went home and my dad called the national team coach and said he's off the team. And then the national team coach, who ended up being my coach at Stanford, had a long talk with me and my dad and put things in perspective. And I realized, a cool moment is not worth destroying the cool life that I wanted to live, right? And that's really something that stuck with me. Drugs, as you get older and as you started playing professionally, they were around. They destroyed a good amount of my friends' lives. You're always going to have these temptations, and how do you deal with that? Just how do you deal with any adversity in life? And to me, it was always, especially knowing that one moment with that one cop, if he wasn't a water polo player, I could have been in jail and my career would have been done. And I always went back to that moment. Is it worth it, right? Because I look back now, the career that I've built, and it's those guys that would love to be in my shoes, not the other way around. So one of the mottos that I live by is be remembered everywhere. My name is Tony Azevedo, and water polo is my natural high. What's yours?